Thank you for joining us with Sensible Reactions, Sensible Politics crew. We are here. Check out our podcast, Sensible Politics. We post about once a week or so. We are your hosts. My name is Greg.
And I'm Chris.
And today we're going to talk about 5 different topics. We're going to go 1 minute apiece. You can talk for a minute, I can talk for a minute, vice versa. This time you are going to be keeping the clock.
Yes, last time there was some shenanigans going on, and I'm here to set the score.
Okay, Mr. Bernie Sanders is crying foul. He's saying that he's being cheated. Okay, I don't believe that, but okay. You're going to keep the time this time. That's cool. We do 1 minute at a time. We alternate. I'll go first today.
Okay.
All right, so first topic is going to be Nevada, the Nevada primaries. They're having a debate tonight. We're going to talk about, we're going to go Bloomberg first. Okay. So let's hit Bloomberg. You start the clock whenever you're ready.
All right, let's go.
Bam, it's on. Okay, so Nevada caucus, I think what's going to happen tonight is every candidate is going to team up against Bloomberg. I think this is kind of like their rehearsal to see if you can, if you have a chance against Trump or not. So I think everybody's going to kind of bombard Mr. Bloomberg. Everybody's going to take shots at him because all he did was buy his way in. He didn't work like we did. He didn't go out there and pump the concrete. He just bought a bunch of commercials, which every part of that is true. I don't think it'll be effective, though, because I think that's the same strategy they tried with Trump in the Republican primaries. Everybody he just knocked them out. Pow, pow, pow. He took them all out one by one. These people really aren't built for that. They're not about that life, about insults and making somebody look bad. I mean, I don't think they're qualified to do it. So if they do that, I don't think it'll go well for any of them. But if somebody like emerges, I'll be shocked.
All right. So I think with this, the Democrat Party's up for sale, and it's been bought by a former Republican, and he's an oligarch. Okay, so we have an oligarch in the Democrat Party. The DNC has not been able to fundraise nearly as much as they need to be able to support the other candidates, and they were up for sale, and Bloomberg bought them. He's talking about he's going to spend close to $2 billion on this election, which is insane.
Really
which, I mean, Hillary Clinton, last time around, I think she spent like $800 million, and those were records at that time. This guy's talking about more than doubling it. It's just going to be nuts. So Bloomberg, when you're talking about him being in a debate stage, everybody's going to come at him. He's not like Trump where he's going to hit back. He's going to buy so much ads because he's not very good in person on the actual debate stage. That's why he's getting all these ads run, because he needs to make up for that on the debate stage. You look back in his other debates, he was not that good.
Yeah. And on top of that, I think the fact that he's buying all these ads and everything it just shows you that how disconnected he is with Trump's movement, because Trump didn't buy ads.
No.
Trump went on TV and talked his way into that position.
He went out and met people in rallies and stuff.
Right, yeah. I haven't seen a Bloomberg rally yet, and I don't think anybody is really fooling with him anyway.
All right, next topic.
Is Bernie getting screwed by the Democratic Party again?
All right. So
again? Go.
All right, so yes, he is. That Iowa was blatant. He won New Hampshire, right? So
yeah,
he won New Hampshire. Iowa was really blatant. They screwed him last time around with Hillary. There was states where he actually had more votes, but yet somehow Hillary got more delegates. Just absolute corruption. The one thing I'm a Trump guy, and I think that Bernie could probably beat Trump on some of his stuff that he's pushing out there. So I hope he doesn't make it. But at the same time, he's not defending himself. Like, he's getting screwed over, and he's not out there screaming and yelling about it. I kind of lose respect for him on that. It's like, oh, so what are you going to do when China is trying to screw us over? You're going to fight for us then? You're not fighting for yourself now, and you're getting screwed over. So yeah, I'm definitely not a Bernie guy. And peace.
I think Bernie is stuck in between a rock and a hard place. If Bernie goes out and complains and says they're cheating me, then he doesn't look much different than Trump. because Trump is going to say that if he was to ever lose, that the establishment is out to get me and they rigged it and the whole thing is rigged. So he doesn't look much different than Trump if he does that. I think he wants to look like he isn't like Trump. Second thing that's working against Bernie is the fact that he's so anti everything, and the Democratic Party cannot control him. If he comes in, like you said earlier, the Democratic Party is for sale. Obama took a lot of money from corporations, and he made a lot of money for corporations. Hillary Clinton took a lot of money. Joe Biden takes money. All these politicians take a lot of money, and Bernie Sanders is like, no, I'm working for the regular people with small donations. Mm-hmm. That is very dangerous to the establishment.
Yep.
So I don't know if I could see a world where they don't cheat him.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
All right. Mayor Pete kisses his husband. Are we ready for a president that kisses his husband? I don't know if America is ready per se, but Mayor Pete kissing his husband looks probably about as different to you as Donald Trump kissing his wife, because you know it isn't real. You know it looks manufactured. You know she doesn't want to be there. I mean, at least the two men love each other, it seems like, or at least they can stand the sight of each other. They can stomach each other. So when Rush Limbaugh says anything, I take it with a grain of salt because he's a moron. He's just a loudmouth idiot. So Mayor Pete, he struck back, and he has some things to say. Like, well, how can you talk about me? I never had to pay off any strippers or had to pay off porn stars. So I think it's good that he kind of stood up for himself. I think it sounded weak. But, big up to Mayor Pete, and he's pushing it for the LGBTQ plus that and the other. So, hey, he's their guy. I'm not going to knock if he kisses his husband.
All right. Okay, so Mayor Pete kissing his husband. If you're gay, great. I don't have any problems with that. I do seem it to be kind of weird that when I didn't know he was actually on the debate stage kissing his husband. Like, everybody knows he's gay, so obviously he has a husband and he's going to kiss him. So everybody kind of knows that. So it's kind of weird to see it in happening on stage. So I don't know. It's going to be kind of funny to see how it all plays out. I look at it kind of like the Democrat Party using other minorities constantly all the time. This is just a different minority. You got the gay people that they're going to be using to further their agenda, and it's just the same old playbook over and over and over again that the Democrat Party uses. It's all what do they call that? Personal politics or demographic. It's all just about trying to hit individual demographics all the time.
Yeah. So. I'll be honest with you. With this kind of slow news cycle that we're talking on this week, it's kind of hard to talk about something for a minute. Mm-hmm. It's getting more difficult. So I think whenever your wife calls again, you should just make it part of the show. Just pick it up, have the conversation. Like we can't pretend that we didn't just hear the phone ringing. So next time the phone rings, just pick it up. Just pick it up. No big deal.
I'm gonna get yelled at about that later, guys.
Just pick it up.
You didn't even pick up.
Never ignore your wife's phone call. She'll give you hell for it.
Right to voicemail. Who you with?
All right, next topic. We saw that at some college with a bunch of smart kids, they 3D printed a heart. Yeah. Size of a rabbit's heart. Talk about the heart. Oh, I'm going. You're starting my clock. See, you're cheating. You're cheating. It's your turn to go first. I went first last time.
Okay. Yeah, so this is the next subject is going to be a 3D printed heart. This is actually pretty cool. Some college students, I think it said in Israeli students actually came up with this. It's the size of a rabbit's heart. And they're able to make it using the same oils. And she's calling again. And they're able to use it using the same oils from the rabbit's body so that it's not going to reject it, which is pretty cool because like my little brother had a bone marrow transplant, and that was one of the issues that he had was the rejection part of it. The transplant went great and everything, but then your body rejects it, and I know there's tons of other people out there that deal with that same problem. So one, you don't have to have donors. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to hope somebody dies for you to get a new heart. And two, it's not going to reject it. I mean, this is pretty awesome stuff. This is hopefully is the wave of the future with any other thing that you need to get replaced. So
yeah, I think that somebody's going to come and buy this thing up and dead it immediately. Somebody's going to buy this technology. They're going to patent it. They're going to make sure this never happens. Yeah, I really don't see it happening. I think would it be great if you can abuse your body in any way and just get and buy new organs and fix it, and you don't have to be responsible. You can eat as terrible as you want to. You can consume all the drugs you want to, and you can infect and poison your body, and then we'll just give you new stuff. Wouldn't that be beautiful? But that also takes healthcare out of the equation. So I mean, if you don't need the medication and the pills, then at that point, like, you don't need the pharmaceutical industry anymore.
There's all kinds of drugs you're on when you get those transplants
to keep your organs going. So I think it'll be like the electric car. Somebody's going to come and kill it.
Yep. All right.
But it is very cool technology, and I think just like you, could be a breakthrough for the future.
All right. Next topic.
The coronavirus. Coronavirus is the most confusing thing for me to talk about. Number one, because I'm not big on when it comes to science. It's straight over my head. I watch Neil deGrasse Tyson and his videos and his podcasts. I don't have a clue what he's talking about. But it's interesting because he makes it sound good. And he says it with a voice that is very interesting and very easy to listen to. So as far as the coronavirus goes, it's infecting great numbers of people. I don't know what that means in comparison to the flu. I don't know what that means as far as are people dying of it. Is it as dangerous as we're supposed to be scared that it is? I saw about 100,000 people in the market in China all had a mask on. It's like, does it get to that point if it comes over here? And is this a thing that lasts for 1 year and then it's over with? So who knows? Hey, how you doing? Come on in. She's called twice.
Okay, come on over here.
Come on.
All right, guys, this is who's been calling me.
No.
Come here.
Not until you dinner was ready.
Okay.
All right, go to the last topic.
All right, so coronavirus. All right, I think the media is really hyping it up to be super crazy. It does look crazy though. Some of the pictures I saw a video where they had people going down on these it almost looks like a little street cleaner, but they're literally just spraying disinfectant spray all over the entire streets and city. Like, just it was nuts. Like you know how they're spraying for mosquitoes in the summertime. You have like the West Nile virus going on and stuff. Yeah. That's what it was like, but it was just Lysol like everywhere. And then everybody wearing those masks, that makes it look even more crazier. I will say, I think a lot of the people who are dying are people who are already in bad health. So I don't think this is something that's getting somebody who's like in great shape like you or me, who really don't have any physical issues right now, and they're just dying next week. I think it's a lot of people who are dying who are already compromised, I guess you could say. And then it's coming. But it's still pretty nuts. It could mutate more. It's already mutated to get to this point. So
that makes a lot more sense. That does make sense. People, if you're not already healthy, then it would affect you differently, because that's why they have old people get the flu shots and young people and babies and stuff. So that makes sense.
More people have died from the flu this year than have died from coronavirus.
Yeah, I can see that.
And you don't see the world freaking out over the flu,
right? And because coronavirus is like kind of the flu, isn't it? I don't know, but yeah. All right, so we hit 5 topics. You got like any last words, any last requests, or anything you want to just throw out there?
Not really. I mean, just check us out on our podcast, Sensible Politics. Me and Greg talk about other subjects more in depth. This has been a lot of fun. Thanks for listening, guys.
All right, later.